wins you'll ever see. Dante Whitner, I want you to take a look at this. Browns, Patriots last night, off the heel, perfect, right to the defender. I mean, we got a lot of problems here. This is a classic preseason football type of play.
I always had a defensive coach that would ask us in practice, like, can you teach awareness? That is being heck of aware out there. And you see how he had to tip it to himself and then catch it. I give him the Awareness of the Year award.
Well, to your point, we were fined for the lack of awareness. So I don't know if that's a wide receiver or a tight end. He would have got fined big in our meeting room. I mean, because his awareness is very, very low.
Like you said earlier, he's blocking down the field. He doesn't even.
The quarterback is running a naked bootleg, and he's blocking down the field.
Let's switch our focus to the Eagles, who had their share of problems last year but still made the playoffs. Jalen Hurts looking to bounce back in a big way after the offense struggled last season. Now Hurts is going to have to do it while learning yet another new system as he enters the year with his sixth offensive coordinator since coming into the league. Head coach Nick Sirianni reflected on those coaching changes, telling Yahoo Sports, quote, "I wouldn't trade our last 5 years with any other coach or any other team in the entire NFL. It was just time to switch. There was enough junk being thrown around to stop the things that we were doing where we needed a little bit of a change that handles a little bit more junk." All right? So junk. Your thoughts on Sirianni's comments, Harry Douglas?
So number one, what we've seen from the Philadelphia Eagles over the last few years, hey, I have A.J. Brown, I have Devontae Smith, I have Dallas Goedert, I have Saquon Barkley. Hey, y'all, let's just go line up and play football. Right? Your job as an offensive coordinator is to also make it good or better for bona fide players when you have them. So can we have shifts? Can we have motions? Can you make the picture more cloudier for the defense before the ball is actually snapped and help the quarterback out? That's something that we did not see in Philadelphia the way I thought they probably should have been doing it. And that's what Nick Sirianni is also alluding to.
Given the way they've handled this offseason, A.J. Brown out, a bunch of other receivers in, new offensive coordinator, somewhat unproven. What are we thinking about the way this roster is constructed from an offensive standpoint?
Well, I agree with the changes. It's not like Philly all of a sudden lost the ability to play offense. Defense is just strictly caught up to their answers for their answers. And when you look at this team, when people stopped the run and Saquon Barkley, when you changed the math late, when you made them force them into obvious pass situations, it just simply got static. So with this new offense that's built around Jalen Hurts, you will get the motions and the shifts. You will get player displacement. You will get wide zone play action pass. You will get a lot of deception. For me, that's called modernization. If your computer is 5 years behind, you don't blame the keyboard. You just update the system. And that's what they're doing in Philly.
That's good. That's good. What, Mike, Jalen Hurts, considering all the success on his resume, he catches a lot of flack as well. Some of it's warranted, some of it is probably not. What does a successful season for Jalen Hurts look like this year?
Well, I think it's really to tamp down the noise, and great quarterbacks evolve and win with what you have. I'm really concerned about you lose A.J. Brown, who had 4 incredibly productive years there. Can you go win with Dontavius Wicks and Devontae Smith, who are a little bit undersized? So to answer your question, go win the division, go win a playoff game. And if you can do that, you're showing that your game is evolving, which no reason to think that it can't with Sean Mannion, but we just have to see it. The other big X factor to me, guys, is the health of the offensive line. When you think about Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, and Lane Johnson, all missed a lot of time last year. They're going to need to stay healthy because that will help set Saquon Barkley up for success, which will lead to Jalen Hurts to be successful.
That's the biggest thing for Philadelphia for me.
Is what?
Because the offensive line. Because they didn't play well a season ago. And the year they won the Super Bowl, we seen Philly second in rush offense. They were 18th a year ago. In this offensive system, if the run game is not hitting on all cylinders, how can you run play action? How can you get linebackers to suck up and bite on the play fake if the run game is not valuable? So that offensive line, they have to be able to move a guy from point A to point B against their will. They have to move people and maul people and be that nasty unit that they were a few years ago.
How do you get the quarterback to consistently have success throwing the ball over the middle of the field? This goes back to the issues he had in college. And at times he's maligned a little unfairly. I'll be the first to admit that. As an Eagle fan, though, there's not nearly enough consistency. It feels like there's a drop back, and then there's a little panic, and then there's the 9 route down the side.
Joe, I think Dante nailed it, which is you're bringing Sean Mannion in to help fix that. Like, teams tell you what they think about themselves by how they act. And I think we're going to see a different pre-snap Philadelphia Eagle offense than we saw a year ago.
And for me, it's the play action. When you look at Kyle Shanahan's offense, they throw in between the hashes a lot. So for me, a successful season for Hurts looks like 12 wins. It looks like 37 to 4,000-yard passing. It looks like 28 touchdowns, single-digit interceptions, and keep your competitive advantage in the red zone.
Incredible. The NFL draft chime was born.
Let's go up to the commissioner. I think we have a little curveball coming.
Lost a couple of big defensive tackles.
Build up the middle, but maybe not in the
With
front.
the eighth choice in the 2006 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Dante Whitner, safety, Ohio State.
Two Ohio State defensive players go in the top 8.
Okay, Dante Whitner with us in studio. Now, some might think, oh, all right, you're new to the show. We're just going back to show when you were drafted. That was the first time the ESPN draft chime was ever used for your selection.
That's incredible, right? And now it's my phone ringer. So anytime
outta
somebody
here.
calls,
Really?
yeah, 100%. And you know what that means? That just means that I was destined to be here. 100%.
That's incredible. We found that out yesterday. The first time they did. By the way, who debuts at number 8? Right? Like, we don't want to use it number 1. We don't want to use it 2. We don't want to use it to start the second round. We're going to go number 8.
They said there
That
were so
must have
many
been-
problems behind the scene. They were trying to get it for the Mario Williams for the Houston Texans, and it didn't work. And they were trying to get it for another guy, and then it all of a sudden worked for me. So, you know,
That
it's
is
a special
an
moment.
all-time bar trivia question. So anyone that you know that wasn't watching today, use that on them. We now look ahead to the rest of the NFL preseason with these preseason predicaments, starting with the Falcons, who close out their preseason against the Dolphins tonight. Harry Douglas, is Tua playing for the starting job tonight?
1,000%. The last time we seen Tua Tagovailoa in a preseason game, it was versus the Denver Broncos. There was no urgency. The clock was sped up. He looked uninterested. He has to go out there tonight versus the Miami Dolphins and show all those things in better liking and show Kevin Stefanski that he deserves to be the starting quarterback week 1 in Pittsburgh.
Mike T, what would you like to see from Tua tonight?
A little bit what Harry said, a sense of urgency, some moxie. You're the battlefield commander. You have a chance to resurrect your career, put Miami behind you. It's been disappointing. Go take it tonight and lead this team to, maybe the playoffs. They got a lot of ability.
I think Tua is playing for more than just a starting position tonight. I think he's auditioning for 31 teams in the National Football League.
Ooh.
When you look at this offense in the first 2 preseason games, it has not looked like an NFL offense. He has not looked like he was in command of this offense. He looks very disinterested when it comes to winning the starting quarterback job for the Atlanta Falcons. So he has to put his best foot forward. He doesn't have to throw for 300 yards, but he has to know what the defense is giving him, get the ball out quickly. He has to finish drives in the red zone tonight.
I mean, you're in a quarterback battle and the other guy can't play because he's hurt. Like, you should be running away with the job. Let's go to the Titans and quarterback Cam Ward, who has struggled in the first 2 preseason games. Mike T, how much has Ward hurt his QB1 stock with these performances?
Not much. Look, you wish it was better. Last year, he really struggled with accuracy. 59.8% completion percentage, 27th in the league. Brian Daboll knows how to develop quarterbacks. They drafted Carnell Tate. He should be okay. Not ideal what we've seen so far, but he's still very young and very, very talented.
I think that he has to take command of this offense as well. He has to get them in and out of the huddle. He has to understand what the defense is giving him, what the coverage is, where the blitz is, where the answer is. Get the ball out of his hand. Stop holding on to the football, trying to play hero Superman football. That's what Cam Ward has been doing. You're going to have a phenomenal defense under Robert Saleh. We just need you not to mess it up.
Yeah, the knock last year is that he didn't have any pass catchers. Well, they went out and drafted Carnell Tate. He was the first wide receiver taken in the 2026 NFL Draft. You went and got Wan'Dale Robinson, who understands this offense because he played with Brian Daboll, and Calvin Ridley is still there. This is a very important, in my opinion, second season, year 2 for Cam Ward. It hasn't been good in preseason, but I'm not writing him off yet. I want to see what it looks like in the regular season.
Tied with Geno Smith for the league lead in sacks last year. Not exactly a good thing, but not unpredictable when you have a rookie taking a step forward, getting the ball out quickly. All very smart thoughts. Let's close things out with Minnesota, where quarterback J.J. McCarthy is now splitting second-team reps with Carson Wentz. Dante, do the Vikings need to trade J.J. McCarthy?
Absolutely not. You don't sell an asset when it's down. You still give him an opportunity to prove that he can be a starting quarterback in this league. And he might be the third quarterback behind Carson Wentz this year. Who cares? You have 2 veteran quarterbacks that you can learn from. And if you can do that, if you can hold the clipboard, if you can run the scout team, you could possibly be a starting quarterback in the future.
Do you think they should be thinking about trading J.J. McCarthy at this point in time if Carson Wentz is going to be the backup?
Yeah, I disagree with Dante. Your 49ers did it. They got rid of a guy. See, I'm a firm believer of when you have a mistake in the building, you don't keep it in the building. And I think J.J. McCarthy, for a ready-to-win right now football team, it can't be the quarterback because now you could potentially lose Justin Jefferson, who's the game's best wide receiver. I commend the San Francisco 49ers for saying, you know what, we're going to turn the page on Trey Lance and move to Brock Purdy. Look at the Indianapolis Colts. What did they do? They brought in Daniel Jones. They said, you know what, Anthony Richardson is not that guy. They started 8-2 within their first 10 games, although Daniel Jones got hurt.